It's amazing how even a small garden can really begin to add up in terms of the cost when you're filling it with plants. But there are lots of ways that you can save yourself money when you're gardening, but also the good news is that a lot of these ways are also much more sustainable than just going out and spending thousands of pounds on all the plants that you want. And these are just a few ways that you can really help yourself to save money and also be much more sustainable in your garden. The first and most obvious, and I think the most fun, is propagating your own plants. So using what you already have in the garden, taking cuttings from it, or buying seeds and growing things from seed rather than from a nursery. It takes a little bit longer, but honestly, sometimes just a year or two longer to get a really big, healthy plant. You can even just dig up perennials in your garden and divide them in the spring or the autumn normally, and then spread them around a bit further and they'll quickly bulk up again. It's amazing how much money you'll save by doing this. And also it's a really lovely, fun thing to do. If you grow less annual bedding and instead replace it with perennial plants, then you save yourself a lot of money, but also you make your garden much more sustainable. Often perennials will have winter interest, they'll have seeds that birds can eat as well, rather than annual bedding that often gets flown in from abroad, grown in different growing media. Sometimes it's peat, and seeds that actually do have quite a carbon footprint as well, sometimes depending where you buy them. You're having a permanent structure of plants within your garden. And then if you want to add a bit of a pop of colour here and there, you buy far fewer bedding plants and you'll make a really big impact in an already existing bed. Thinking carefully about your plant choices before you design your flower beds will really help you to be more sustainable, and it will save you a lot of money. There's nothing worse than buying a plant and then the first winter or hot summer it dies because it was just in the wrong position. Instead, choose the right plant for the right place. It will grow really happily, it will spread out and fill your garden, it will save you so much money and heartbreak in replacing them, and it will establish and become part of an ecosystem that makes it all much more sustainable. There's a lot of talk about compost, peat, peat-free, which ones, and actually compost can be incredibly expensive. Making your own compost is so sustainable because the compost heap itself is an amazing habitat for all sorts of creatures. Slow worms often live there. They're warm, they're moist, things like tardigrades, which you wouldn't even know, but they are really amazing creatures that live within the soil, especially when it's damp. Creating a compost heap, therefore, is a habitat in itself. But once the compost is ready, it's usually much more nutritious than lots of mulches that you get, and it's free. You can use it to grow your plants, you can use it to mulch the soil. It's a really amazing resource, and just adding and building to your soil with compost in itself creates another beautiful habitat beneath the soil. So it's a really amazing, magical, and hugely sustainable thing to do. Buying plants and propagating plants can be expensive, and it can also have a footprint of its own. Instead of always buying them, instead go to seed swaps and go to plant swaps and share your plants with the people around you. Loads of people are doing this now. More and more community halls or local community gardens have seed swaps and plant swaps, but you could just club in with your neighbours. If you all want similar things, you can grow one thing, they can grow another thing, and then you share them. It saves you having to buy lots of different packets of seeds and only use half of them, and it means there's no waste at the end because everything gets used by different people when you finish with it. So it's a really nice thing to do. If you liked this video, then don't forget to click like and subscribe so that you can get lots more tips from me and other familiar faces on the Gardener's World magazine YouTube channel.